Hi friends, welcome back to the channel, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm T and this is my YouTube channel, Crumpetcy and Sewing. So today we finally hit the fall season here in the United States and I am just so excited. Fall is one of my favorite seasons of the year. I love all the changing of the leaves, the color of the leaves. I just love fall. And I love the different fabrics and things like that that most of these designers come out with. And so I have a really hard time. This is the season where I have a hard time not buying fabrics. I did collect quite a few of Joann fabrics last year during their fall collection. And so I do have a lot of those fabrics from last year. And so I've been sewing a lot. I've been doing some batch sewing and I've been sewing a lot of those fabrics. And so you'll see some of those garments and the patterns that I've paired with those garments pretty soon, because I'm pretty much done with the first part of my fall collection. So you'll be seeing pattern reviews and seeing those garments pretty soon. Thank you so much for being patient. I haven't been doing a lot of pattern reviews on the channel simply because I've been doing batch sewing. And so you'll see those pattern reviews. I promise you'll see them soon. I have an upcoming collaboration that I'm working on with one of my dear friends here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm working on a collaboration, so you'll see that next week. So stay tuned for that as well. And I'm also going to be working on the challenge. I think it's Sew Purple to End ALZ. I can't remember the hashtag, but I'll put it here so you can see what it is. But this is a challenge that's hosted. This is the second year that it's hosted, and it is hosted by the lovely Michelle. She goes by The Real Michelle Sews here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. I'll put her information in the description box so you can go over and watch her latest video. She did a collaboration with Myra of Myra Lorraine, and they talked about what they made for this challenge. So this challenge will end September 30th. So as of the date of this video, it's September 24th that I'm posting this. So you still have a few days to find a pattern and find some fabric. You do have to make something in a purple fabric. I think that's the only guideline for the challenge. And so it's a really fun challenge. I don't believe I participated in it last year because I wasn't aware of the challenge until it was too late, but I'm definitely participating in that today. So with all of that said, you'll see those fabrics. So today's video is a pattern and fabric haul, and you'll see the fabrics that I have selected for that challenge. And I will also share with you some of the patterns that I've selected as well from the recent Simplicity and McCall sale. And then I also bought a bunch of patterns from the Berta sale this summer. So if you missed that sale, Berta doesn't go on sale very often, but if you missed that sale, they probably will have one towards the end of the year again. They usually have two throughout the year. So I'll try to keep you posted if you like Berta patterns. But anyway, with all of that said, let's go ahead, get into the video, and let's look at some fabrics and some patterns. And start with this Simplicity 8384 pattern. This is a pattern I've actually owned, and I absolutely like it. It's a TNT pattern of mine. I'm going to go ahead and share with you one of the dresses that I've actually sewed from this a couple years ago. Absolutely love this pattern. So this pattern comes in sizes, let's see here. So you can get the 6 to 14 and then the 16 to 24. So the first one that I had was the size 6 to 14, and I gained a little weight. So I do need the size 16 or 18 pattern in here. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and pick that up again. So I also want to try my hand at a few corset patterns this year, and I picked up this Simplicity 8129. So this pattern comes in sizes 6 to 14 and 14 to 22. And here's the line art, so you can see the different looks that you can achieve. It comes in with 11 pieces, and it calls for these types of fabrics: your brocade and your crepe back satin, your damask, your Dapani and denim and Santon gabardine, those types of fabrics. And you will need grommets for views A, B, and D. And then for view C, you can just use your boning there. But all versions call for boning, but view C, I don't believe for view C you have to do the grommets, which if that's a concern of yours, you don't have to do the grommets. So I picked that one up. And then I also picked up this corset pattern as well, which is the Simplicity 1183. And this one is size 10 to 18. So I thought about doing these that have like the broad cup attached to it as well. So I picked up that, and then the suggested fabrics for this is your broadcloth, your brocade, your chambray, you know, similar fabrics. And you also have that similar silhouette. The only difference is it has the broad cut with this one. So I thought about those and thinking about doing some corsets this year. So from the Simplicity latest collection, I picked up the Simplicity S9644. So I was thinking about doing view B here pretty soon. I don't know about this fabric that the model is wearing. I don't really like that, but I definitely would like to make something similar to this. I would probably snatch mine in a little bit more. As you can see with view A, it has a little bit more fabric. So I would want mine to fit not quite like a bodycon dress, but like, you know, maybe closer than what she's wearing here. So anyway, I picked that up, size 10 to 18. So this is the Simplicity S9644. And here are the suggested fabrics. You're sewing with your stretch knit fabrics only, such as your jersey, your lightweight ponte, your textured knits, and your stretch velvets. I also picked up the Simplicity S9646. So I know a lot of people don't really like this pattern, at least the people who were taking the polls over on my Instagram. But I absolutely love this. I think with the right fabric, it would be just amazing. So this comes in sizes 18 to 26, which is really unusual for Simplicity regular sizes. And so they did expand that pattern to include a couple more sizes. So I'm really happy about that. I'll probably be using the size 18 depending on how much ease is in here in the garment there. And here are the line arts here that you can see for the back of the garment there. And it's calling for chambray, cotton lawn, cotton blends, gingham, eyelet fabrics, linen, poplins, you know, those types of things. So I think this would be fun. I also picked up this Mimi G pattern, the Simplicity S9638. I picked up the size 16 to 24. And I want to do the skirt. Now, as I mentioned in my review of the patterns, I don't know if I want to put that much detail in the jacket, but the skirt, I would definitely make the skirt. And it calls for wools, rayon suitings, denim, suede, poplin, sateen, and linen. And you have lining for both A and B. So you do need lining fabric for this. So I absolutely love that. So that was my Simplicity haul. I didn't really pick up a whole lot from Simplicity. I wasn't really impressed by their latest collection. And most of the older patterns that I want, I already have. And so, like I showed you these few older patterns here that I didn't have. But other than that, that was my Simplicity haul. Now for the Vogue release, I told you all in my impression video for Vogue that I was going to get this pattern. And that was the first pattern I picked up. This is the Vogue V1908. And it comes in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. And I absolutely love this pattern. If you want to know more about what the pattern includes, go ahead and watch my video where I talk about the latest Vogue pattern release. Go ahead and watch that video there. Here's the line art. Now this is rated as average, but I don't know. It might be a little bit more advanced, especially for a Vogue pattern. This is an unlined close fitting through the bust dress that has front openings with the button and bias loop closure, and it includes a collar, a front and back yoke with gathers, a wrap style skirt with ties and set-in sleeves. You have gathering on your shoulders and a stitched hem. So here are the fabric suggestions: crepe, rayon, twill, silk, broadcloth, and you're going to need lightweight interfacing, fusible interfacing. So yeah, I want to get this done this fall, but I just don't know what kind of fabric I want to use yet. So I love this pattern. I also picked up the Vogue V1901. The size I chose is 16 to 24, but you can also get a smaller size. I love this. Again, I know a lot of people don't really like this, but I love it. I want to make view B. Now, when I picked this pattern up and I saw how much fabric view B is calling for, I gasped. I did not think it would be that much fabric. I think it's like 4, let's see here. So for view B, for the top, it wants 6 3/4 yards of fabric, 7 yards of fabric. And then you also need lining. So this is almost like 12, 13 yards of fabric. So I gasped when I saw that, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to make that anytime soon, but I like it. I really like it. So if anybody wants to sponsor me 13 yards of fabric, yeah, I just think that that would be just a lot to work with, but I like it. I like it. I also picked up the Vogue V1898, and again, I got the size 16 to 24, but you can also get it in sizes 8 to 14. This is an advanced pattern. It's lined. I didn't expect for this to be lined, but it's a lined dress that has a plunging neckline with ties. You have a notch collar stand, sleeves with turned back cuffs, invisible back zipper with the hook and eye closure. You have side seam pockets and a flared skirt that's cut on the cross grain. Your fabric suggestions are jacquard, linen, and card fabric and poplin, and you also have lining fabric for this one as well that you have to use. This one calls for quite a bit of fabric as well, as you can see, but nowhere near like the previous one. So this one, if you make this longer dress here, it's 5 yards of fabric, and then your lining is 3 7/8 yards. But I'm wondering if I can get away with not even doing a lining for this. I'll have to open it up and see the details and the construction and everything. But I might be able to get away with not even using a lining for this. And I can also, with this, just cut the skirt as well. Just make it so that I have a shorter skirt so that I can save on fabric. But I absolutely love this one as well. Happy that I got this one by Badgley Mishka. And lastly, for Vogue, I picked up this V1914. It comes in sizes. So you do have your extra small, your small and medium in one packet. And then here you have your larger, extra large and 2XL. So I picked up this one here. And I got it basically for the pants and the cropped sweater here. Now the pants, I will alter these pants and maybe put elastic at the bottom of the hem for the pants. And I do like the elastic waistline with the drawstring there. So I think this one has promise to it. Here's the line art. I'm not too crazy about view B, but I do like the pants. So this is considered an easy pattern. Fabric suggestions here. Moderate stretch knits with 35% on the cross grain. They are calling for rib knit, sweater knits, jerseys. So yeah, I think that that would be fun. And Joanne came out with this new collection of active wear or sweat wear, which I think is really fun. And I might grab some of that and make me a set this winter. So that completes my Vogue collection. So that's everything that I got from Vogue. Next, I picked up a few McCalls pattern when McCalls had their sale. So I picked up this dress here, the McCalls M8322, sizes 16 to 24. And I picked this pattern up specifically for view A, this triple skirt here. I want to make a triple skirt. Now I'm going to probably pair this with a butterick pattern. I have a butterick top pattern in mind that I want to pair this with. Well, it's actually a dress, but I want to take the bodice of the dress from the butterick pattern and pair it with this skirt. And I think it would be just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. So I think that's what I'm going to do for that. But anyway, this is, here are the line arts for those different views. And this pattern calls for cotton blends, lawn, gingham, and challis fabrics. And you can also purchase the size 6 to, I believe it's either 16 or 18 or something like that. So this one goes up to 16. So the previous version might be 6 to 14 or something like that. So yeah, like that pattern. I picked this pattern up. It's an older pattern, I think from like a year or maybe 2 years ago. The McCalls M8140. It's a suit jacket dress of sorts. And I thought about doing that this year. I don't know. I'll think about it. Here are the suggested fabrics: crepes, wool blends, brocade, and jacquards. And you also have a lining that you're going to be putting in that as well. And it's rated as average. I wanted to make the McCalls M7978. This pattern is 14 to 22. And you have 4 different variations of a top that have a plunging neckline. I didn't purchase this a couple years ago because I didn't like the idea of having a plunging neckline, but I can also adjust it. And at the time it came out, I wasn't really in the mood for adjusting a lot of patterns, but I've been doing a lot of modification to patterns lately, so I don't mind so much anymore. So I thought maybe I would give this a try. It's rated as easy, but this is really detailed. I don't think this is going to be an easy pattern. I think it'll be quite detailed. It calls for charmeuse, crepe, cotton, and challis fabrics. And then lastly, I picked up the McCalls M7974, size 14 to 22. Again, I didn't pick this up because I'm not really into a lot of midriff patterns, but I think I'm going to try to give this a try here. Maybe view A, give it a try. Here's the line art details. And this one calls for cotton blends, crepe, lawn, and charmeuse. Again, this is saying that it's an easy pattern, but this is very detailed. I think this would be for your intermediate sewist. So those are all my McCall patterns that I picked up. Next, I picked up a few patterns from the latest New Look collection. So I picked up this pattern because I really like this skirt. It has this little slit on the side and it has panels with a waistband that has a zipper on the side of your dress or skirt. I'm sorry, your skirt. So I think that's fun. Here's the line art. And this pattern calls for cotton blends, crepe back satin, sateen, taffeta, velvet, and novelty sequins, and leather-like materials. Pattern comes in 6 to 18. So, you know, with New Look patterns, they mostly cater to smaller sizes, which I'm not a fan of, but I purchased this pattern because I can fit it in the hips. So I think it'll be fine. I also picked up this New Look pattern here, size 8 to 20. You're basically getting all your sizes in one pattern with New Look. So this is the New Look N6740. It's a top that just was released for the fall collection, and I like this. I like this. I think it'll be really easy to sew. The pattern suggestions are, for the fabric, it's cotton types, poplin, voile, silky types, and lightweight denim and lightweight linen. So yeah, I like this one, and I might give that a try this fall. And then lastly, I picked up this New Look N6740, which is an easy pattern, come in sizes 6 to 18. And I really like this variation that the model is wearing. I'm not big on grown on sleeves or drop shoulders a lot, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Now this pattern calls for your knit fabrics, so it's stretch knit fabrics with like your double knit fabrics, your fleece, your ponte, your sweatshirt fleece, your terry knits, those types of fabrics there. And again, you're getting all of your sizes in one envelope, so you're getting 6 to 18, and that's it. So that is my New Look pattern haul. So lastly, this is my Berta pattern haul, and the first Berta pattern I picked up is the Berta 6773. This is an older Berta pattern that I could have purchased a number of times, and I just decided to get it this time. It's saying that this is an easy pattern. I would say this is definitely going to be your easy pattern. It's just your front, your back, and you may have some facings. It looks like you have darts in the back of the dress there. And then you have a jacket pattern as well. The jacket might be a little bit more detailed. It has a 2-part sleeve. So I don't know, but I picked that up because I just want something really easy to make, like a dress that I can wear. So it calls for your cotton fabrics, your linen blends, those types of fabrics. I picked up this Berta Easy knit top and dress, and you have these different tops that have this really nice V neckline, and it is for two-way stretch knit fabrics. It comes in sizes 8 to 18, and those are all the sizes you get with the Berta as well. I picked up this Berta 6534, which is a pair of pants. I want to make some jeggings, and so that's why I purchased this pattern here, and I'm thinking about doing View B, which is the crop version. And this is going to be more for your intermediate sewist. Come in sizes 8 to 20. Here's the line art, and it calls for stretch knit fabrics only, your denim and your gabardine fabrics. So again, I want to make jeggings, and so that's why I purchased this one, because it calls for the stretch fabric. I picked up this Berta top. It's the Berta Style 6533. So simple button-up top. This one has like a little built-in collar around the neckline, which I like. And here's the line art. You got buttons going down the center front, but you don't have too many buttons. It's like 4 buttons. So this is rated, it's going to be for your advanced beginners. And it calls for crepe fabrics, cotton fabrics, and viscose rayon fabrics. And then lastly, I picked up this skirt pattern. Again, this is going to be for stretch fabrics. Like I want to do like a denim, like a stretch denim skirt. And this is also going to be for your advanced beginners. So it's Berta Style 6769. Here's the line art. So you can see the detail there. And as you can see, you have the back is coming forward. That seam is coming a little bit forward. So it's not a side seam, it's coming forward, which is really nice. You do have your zipper that you're putting on your fly in the front. You have a little coin pocket, waistband. I think it'll be a fun pattern to sew. It calls for your stretch fabrics only, your cottons, your gabardine, and your denim. And you also are going to be putting a button on the waistband. So yeah, I thought about making some type of close fitting stretch denim skirt. So those are all my Berta patterns, and that is basically everything that I picked up from my pattern haul. I did pick up 2 fabrics. I didn't really do a lot of shopping this summer with in terms of like for fabrics. I've been really good and I've been behaving, but I will share with you some of the fabrics that I just recently picked up and my plans for those fabrics. So the 2 fabrics that I picked up, these were purposeful purchases. So normally when I go into the store, I'm not always picking things up. Like I don't have, you know, things in mind before I go to the store. And I just pick things in the moment sometimes. But this was actually picked on purpose. And like I said, I want to sew something for Michelle's challenge. And so I picked this up. Now, the challenge, your fabric is supposed to be mainly purple. I don't know if this counts. It is a balance between, you know, the dark background and the light foreground, but I think this should count because it has so much purple in here. So this is a charmeuse silky fabric that I purchased from Joann. It's very lightweight. It came out not too long ago for their summer collection, so it's not quite a fall fabric, but it's getting sewed for fall this year. And I am going to make a beautiful top with this. I purchased 2 yards of fabric, and I'm going to share with you the pattern that I'm going to use with this after I show you this next fabric, because I'm going to be using the same pattern for both of these fabrics. So anyway, this has a really nice soft hand to it. It's really silky. It is, like I said, it's a charmeuse fabric, so it's gonna have that really silky finish, and then it also has like a really slight sheen on the fabric as well. So I really like that, and like I said, I want to make a top with that. Next, I picked up this piece from fabric.com. So this is another piece I want to use for Michelle's challenge, and I am so happy it finally arrived. I was nervous that it wasn't gonna show up in time for the challenge, but it is here. I got this in the mail, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, so I'm really excited. So as you can see, the background is this really beautiful lavender color, and on the foreground you have these floral designs going throughout the fabric with some stems as well. And it's a cream, so the flowers are cream, and then you also have on the petals some darker tones here. You have like your medium brown and some golden colors that's on the leaves and the floral detail there. So I absolutely love this fabric. It is such a beautiful fabric. It's a rayon challis fabric, and I purchased it from fabric.com. If you're interested, I'll leave the link to both of these fabrics in the description box below, and you can go over and check them out. So yeah, so I'm going to be making something with both of those. And then also my Minerva fabric is also purple, so I'm going to try to get something sewed with that in time. Okay, so I don't know if you remember or not, or if you were able to see my video when I talked about my sewing plans for my Minerva fabrics that I was sponsored. So this is the first piece that I was sponsored from Minerva, and it is also a purple fabric, and I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but this would definitely be perfect for Michelle's challenge because it just has all different shades of purple in this. So let me show you the pattern. So here's the pattern. It's the McCalls M8115, come in sizes extra small to extra large, and you have different length variations, different sleeve variations. So view A, so I already did a mock-up of view A, and view A is your more, it's more tapered in on the side, so it's a little bit more fitted. Views B and C, you actually have, it's more of a skirt type thing, so you definitely have to put elastic in the waistline. So I'm thinking about altering one of these patterns and getting a dress out of it, and using this for the dress, because a lot of people in the comment section of the video for my sewing plans for Minerva, my Minerva sewing plans, a lot of people said, you know, you can make a dress with this. It won't look too juvenile, or it won't, you know, I don't see this as being too juvenile. So I'm thinking about going ahead and trying my hand at making a dress with this instead of PJs. The only thing that I'm worried about with this is the fabric suggestions are crepe de chine, charmeuse, and stable knit fabrics. So this is a viscose rayon type fabric. So it's going to be drapier. So I definitely would have to keep that in mind when I'm doing this. However, it's calling for charmeuse, and charmeuse in many cases, you can have some drapey charmeuse fabrics as well. And so it might be okay. But anyway, I am thinking about doing that for all three of these fabrics. I think they're just going to be so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I mean, look at that. They're going to be so gorgeous with this pattern. So anyway, those are my plans with those three fabrics. And I am, like I said, at the mock-up stage. I just completed doing the mock-up for view A. The only difference between view A and B and C is the lower section, that skirt there. I haven't done the mock-up for the skirt version of it, which I probably should do before doing this Minerva make, because I want to make a dress out of that. So yeah, that's what I've done so far, and I can't wait to share with you everything and how it's coming along. And yeah, so anyway, that is my video for today. All right, friends, thank you so much for stopping by and tuning in. If this was your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much for stopping by today. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to hit the like button on this video, because it really helps me out. Thank you all again for tuning in today, and I hope you all have a happy sewing week. Bye.